I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna hurt David Morrell as much as possible. More than anybody's ever hurt him, and more than anybody will hurt. He's never gonna forget David Benavidez after this fight.
Bro,
I'm gonna beat the
this motherfucker not enough.
The rivalry between David Benavidez and David Morrell has been heating up for a while, and now it's reaching its peak. What started with tossing belts has turned into an all-out war of words. This feud has escalated fast, from being just a clash between two top light heavyweights to a fight fueled by pride, respect, and personal tension. And now it looks like we're finally getting the showdown we've been waiting for this weekend.
David's going to give him a beating, man. To be honest with you, I think David, is going to stop him maybe like in the 9-10 round. Maybe if he would have just hold on a little bit more like about a year or two. He's a dangerous fighter, though. We're not underestimating him. David's training super hard.
Benavidez and Morrell are two of the most skilled fighters in boxing right now, both climbing the ranks and now set for a head-on collision. But this fight isn't just about championship titles. The bad blood between them has made it one of the most highly anticipated matchups in recent boxing history. Their war of words has been intensifying for a while, with insults and accusations flying back and forth. Things hit a new level when they recently faced off ahead of their February 1st showdown. The tension was undeniable. Morrell, known for his devastating power, stayed composed, while Benavidez came out swinging with both words and threats. For Morrell, this fight is deeply personal. He addressed the ongoing chatter on social media, saying, "People keep claiming I don't respect Jose Benavidez Sr. or his son." His words were sharp, direct, and carried the weight of months of frustration. But this wasn't just about Benavidez anymore. It was about standing up against the disrespect he's been dealing with for so long. He clarified, "I didn't say anything to Benavidez Sr. at the December press conference in California. I see him as an intruder, always talking nonsense. I told him, it's not me trash talking you." Morrell made it clear he wasn't the one starting the war of words. He was just responding to what had already been said about him.
I'm not comparing it to this fight, but it's like the better be of Bivol fight. You can say who you think's gonna win. You can't say like, "Oh man, I'm surprised the Bivol won," or "I'm surprised the better be of won." You're like, "Man, that's a damn good fight. So-and-so won." So kind of how I feel about the David and Canelo fight.
But it wasn't just about words anymore. It was about defending his name and honor. When it was Benavidez's turn to speak, he didn't hold back. "I don't care, you disrespected my family," he shot back, his voice full of conviction. "I'm kicking your ass on February 1st. That moment made it clear this fight was no longer just about a title or a boxing match. It was personal. The insults and threats had gone too far, and now both men were set on settling the score once and for all.
Everybody say they had the boogeyman, like, I want to fight the best division. The best division is him. So, after me, everybody, it's him. It's simple.
I want to fight the people that they have confidence in themselves, that they think they're gonna go in there and knock me out, that they say that I haven't fought somebody like him.
Morrell wasn't backing down though. He had something to prove. "I've been trying to show David Benavidez what's up for a long time," he said, his tone confident but laced with anger. "If they don't get it, that's on them. If they want war, then war is what they'll get. Right now, it's too late." Morrell's words were a clear warning to Benavidez. The fight was on and there was no turning back. Things escalated even more when Benavidez's father, Jose Benavidez Sr., got involved. The elder Benavidez had made no secret of his belief that Morrell needed to be taught a lesson. He vowed that his son wasn't just training to win, but to hurt Morrell so badly that he'd retire after February 1st. The Benavidez camp wasn't just out for victory. They were looking to make a statement and prove they were the top dogs in the light heavyweight division. That kind of talk only made things even more intense. Benavidez, known for both his trash talk and knockout power, took it even further. "This is the mindset I've had throughout this whole camp," he said, referring to his intense training. "All my opponents say I don't have defense, that I'm stiff like RoboCop and all this. Mark my words, they all end up in the hospital. That's exactly what I'm going to do to David Morrell." Benavidez wasn't just talking about winning, he was talking about dominating. "I'm going to beat him, put him in the hospital, and that's exactly what I'm going to do," he continued, his words sharp and unyielding. There was no mistaking his intentions. He was coming for Morrell and wasn't planning to leave anything to chance.
Disrespect at all. What I took as disrespect is the stuff he was saying, that he was being really disrespectful. But other than this, like, these are the type of fighters I want to fight. I want to fight the...
Morrell, on the other hand, was quieter than Benavidez during their virtual face-off, but don't mistake his calm for a lack of confidence. The Cuban fighter stayed cool, responding to Benavidez's threats with a calmness that only made the tension thicker. "You're the RoboCop," Morrell said, his voice steady. "I'm ready to fight tomorrow. I don't care." Morrell's confidence in his ability to take on Benavidez was undeniable. He wasn't backing down, wasn't intimidated, and was ready to fight no matter what.
There's been a lot of like bad blood with this buildup because of what's happened at the press conferences. Like, you as a bystander, what'd you make of what happened in Miami?
I wasn't there though. That's the thing.
Like Morrell threw the belt at him. David ducked.
I don't know why the belt. That's something you don't do. What if there would have been, someone said he was a kid or something? If you don't do that. And that's how you know he's not how he says he is. He walks around like he's trying to fucking hit it, like he's gangster.
But Benavidez didn't back off. He took every chance to throw shots at Morrell, calling him out for staying quiet during the face-off. He had so much to say before the press conference. Benavidez mocked all this and that, saying I'm a RoboCop, that he's gonna knock me out, that I don't have anything. But now look at him. He's scared. He doesn't have anything to say. What happened to all that talk? Why isn't he saying any of that now? He can't even talk. He's all nervous. What happened to all that confidence? I'm gonna beat you. Watch. Benavidez's words were meant to rattle Morrell, but he wasn't done yet. After I beat you, I want you to say that too, he added. Throwing down the gauntlet, Benavidez wasn't backing away from the challenge.
We still got 9 weeks. We won 12 rounds today with these guys. Animal, man.
He did more than that.
Animal, yeah. 12 rounds.
We got some more fucking lines right here working. Help me get ready for David Morrell. We don't fuck David Morrell.
What is this? The second fight at all?
After the fight, Morrell stayed calm and responded confidently, saying, "Let's go to my house. I'll teach you how to box." This was Morrell's way of showing that he wasn't rattled by the insults and was sure he'd walk out the winner. He wasn't intimidated by Benavidez's trash talk and wasn't backing down from the challenge. The verbal battle didn't end there. Benavidez also accused Morrell of using performance-enhancing drugs to help his rise in boxing. He said, "We're on his case with the V8, meaning they were keeping a close eye on him." Benavidez made it clear that he wasn't taking any chances with Morrell, adding, "I'm not going to say much, just look at the track record. I've never been accused of using steroids. He has been accused by a few people of using PEDs. That's all I'll say. In this camp, we made sure everything was clean and all fighters were tested."
They say that David Morrell, we're talking about a Betco. They say he was tested the whole camp. David Morrell was not tested, and after the fight, they didn't do no tests, no drug tests, which is kind of odd to me, but I really don't care about that, even if it was on steroids.
Morrell quickly responded to the accusations, firmly stating, "I'm clean," he added. Before the fight, people always talk about nonsense. I knocked them out, and now they're saying I'm doping. Why? It's just training. I've sparred with everyone, and no one's ever said I'm taking PEDs. After they fight me, they all say I'm on PEDs because they can feel my power. But Benavidez wasn't convinced. He fired back, saying, "You make the fighters do V testing, but then you don't test after the fight." The accusations kept flying, and it was clear this was just another chapter in the growing tension between the two fighters.
An update about how everything has been.
Everything has been going amazing. Training camp has been amazing. We've been working extremely hard. We got a hard fight, but these are the types of fights I want. These are the type of fighters I want to go against, and we had an amazing camp.
Morrell, always calm, stood his ground and responded, "I've been tested 6 times in camp over 2 weeks. I'm clean. I don't need PEDs." He was firm in the face of Benavidez's accusations. Benavidez, however, had one final jab, saying, "I'm going to watch you on the floor. Laid out. That's what I'm going to watch. I know you see me in your nightmares, so I'll see you soon." With that, the war of words came to an intense end, but the bad blood between these two fighters was far from over.
And my brother has way more experience than this guy, way more stronger. I just feel like, it's just a hype. This guy has his hype, and you can see he's scared.
The countdown to their February 1st showdown is on, and the stakes have never been higher. Benavidez and Morrell have made this fight deeply personal. It's about more than just boxing titles. The tension between them is intense, and their heated exchanges have only built up the anticipation. One thing is certain, when they step into the ring, it won't just be a fight for the championship. It will be a battle for respect, pride, and legacy. And in the end, only one will walk away victorious.
I haven't fought somebody like him. At the end of the day, he's never fought nobody like me. And I'm gonna prove everybody that there's levels to this. And I'm not playing when I say I'm gonna break his mouth, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
David Benavidez is entering his February 1st showdown against David Morrell with a bold, no-nonsense attitude and a clear focus on his goal to knock out his opponent and cement his dominance. "I don't care about his trash talk," Benavidez says, exuding confidence. It's clear he's not letting Morrell's words or antics distract him. "I'm ready for February 1st. I'm super focused on one objective, and that's inflicting damage on David Morrell. He's not just aiming for a win, he wants something more powerful. I'm coming for the knockout," he declares, his words full of the self-assurance that comes with years of experience in the ring.
When it comes to Morrell, we've seen, spots of him, but I really know what he brings to the table. And that's why I think this is going to be a tough fight.
Benavidez sees Morrell's bravado as just more fuel for the fire. "This is all more fuel to the flame to go in there and do what I have to do. Now, I'm really going to put a beating on him," he says, his tone calm but intense as he prepares to hold Morrell accountable for his perceived disrespect. He feels Morrell is putting on a tough persona that he'll have to back up. This guy is trying to act hard. It is what it is. On February 1st, none of this matters. "I'm going to break his mouth," Benavidez boldly declares, ready to make Morrell pay for his attitude. Benavidez isn't shy about his own abilities. "I got the experience, I got the belt, and I got everything I need," he says, reminding everyone of his wealth of experience in the ring.
And because he has less muscle, he doesn't get tired. Shout out to his stamina. He has crazy stamina. But Morrell's about to fucking knock the lights out, knock his shit loose. And it's gonna be a fucking horrible fucking loss for David Benavidez. He was projecting this for no fucking reason. He told David Morrell, "You gonna lose and everybody's gonna forget about you."
For Benavidez, this fight isn't just about skill. It's about a deeper connection to the sport. He believes he's the one who's truly prepared for what's to come. It's good he's got the Cubans with him today, because when he gets knocked out, they're all gonna leave him. Benavidez taunts, suggesting that the support Morrell relies on will crumble when faced with a real challenge. He adds, he better do what he says he's going to do. "We're going to see each other on February 1st. I'm glad he thinks this is an easy fight." While Benavidez isn't taking Morrell's trash talk lightly, he's not letting it distract him from his goals. "We've been in the gym working hard. When I get in the ring, I'm going to be 100%. Everyone better get ready." The implications are clear. Morrell's confidence won't be enough to overcome Benavidez's preparation and focus. "They all say the same nonsense before they get in the ring with me, then they get in there, and it's a different story," Benavidez states, reminding everyone that no one has lived up to their pre-fight boasts against him in the past. For Benavidez, this fight isn't just about boxing, it's personal. The thing about this is that it's not fake. We don't like each other. We have everything we need for a great fight, he adds, emphasizing the real tension between the two fighters. He makes it clear that Morrell isn't just another opponent, it's a bitter rivalry. Nobody is going to stop me. This is my year, and this is the era of David Benavidez. His words suggest he's not just aiming to beat Morrell, but to establish himself as one of the sport's top fighters, and he's determined to do just that. David Morrell has an equally fiery approach to the fight and is already ramping up the trash talk. He feels slighted by the way Benavidez treated him at their first press conference. He didn't respect me there, so I'm giving it back to him. This is my time. I don't need to show him any respect, Morrell says. For him, if Benavidez won't respect him, he doesn't owe him any. For Morrell, this fight is about more than just a title. It's about proving he belongs at the top. I feel great, and I'm very excited to be in Miami. It always feels like home, he says, already feeling the significance of the opportunity. I can't wait for February 1st, he adds, fully aware of what's at stake. Morrell's confidence is clear. He's determined to show Benavidez that his trash talk doesn't intimidate him. I'm 100% focused in training camp, and I've got great support from my team and my family down in Texas, Morrell says. This is the fight of my life. A win can change everything for me. This is my moment. Morrell sees this fight as the defining moment of his career, and he's ready to take advantage of the chance to make a name for himself in the sport. For him, it's not just about the title. He's fighting for more. I'm going to have Cuba on my mind when I enter the ring. I'm fighting for my family and for Cuba. Everything in my career has led to this, he explains, adding a deeper personal meaning to the fight.
The main theme right now for this fight is that you're the one that's experienced. He has a deep amateur pedigree, but it's you who had the experience. Do you see that fight like this, or do you just see him just as another opponent?
I mean, I don't really see the amateur as any... I don't see that as, this is not an amateur fight. This is a professional, this is a championship fight, 12 rounds. So, I mean, he might have an advantage, the first 3 rounds.
Morrell is not just fighting for himself. He's fighting for his country and his heritage. His loyalty and pride in his Cuban roots are front and center. I have to be aggressive and make sure I make my people proud, showing that Cuba is #1, Morrell says. On February 1st, I'll make sure everybody knows who the real boogeyman is in this division. Using the word boogeyman, Morrell signals that he's here to make a serious impact. He's not just another contender, he's the next big thing, and he's ready to prove it. However, Morrell understands the immense pressure, and while his confidence remains strong, he's working hard to stay grounded. Everyone says things, but I'm trying to stay even-keeled and focus on the fundamentals. If I do that, I'm going to succeed, he says, reminding himself and his fans that while the talk may be fiery, the hard work in the gym is what really counts.
I don't want the David versus David fight. I don't think David needs to be giving David an opportunity. David put in the work. The other David needs to go put in some work. And he looked like dog shit in the fight that I thought he lost. I don't care if I'm alone in that fight. I'm good with that.
As the fight draws near, all eyes are on these two warriors, and the boxing world remains divided on who will come out victorious. Even Canelo Alvarez, a key figure in the division, admits he's torn on who will win. It's going to be a good fight, Canelo tells IFL TV, offering his take on the showdown. 50-50 fight. His acknowledgement of the fight being a toss-up speaks volumes about how competitive the matchup is. Canelo, who has fought both men, understands the risks for each fighter and recognizes the uncertainty surrounding the outcome.
You need to do that with Morrell, but I just want you to be right back here.
Morrell is a different animal.
I want you right back here when David beats the shit out of David. You come right back here.
No, I'll be here when David beat the shit out of David.
Yeah.
But of walking forward, David.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want.
Sean Porter, a respected former champion, also weighs in on the fight, giving Benavidez the edge while acknowledging the challenge Morrell presents. The thing David Benavidez has over Morrell is his experience and true strength, Porter explains. Both of those guys are big, but I think David Benavidez is a more natural 175-pounder. For Porter, the experience factor is crucial. Benavidez has faced top-tier competition and emerged victorious, while Morrell has yet to fight someone with the same level of skill and resistance. Morrell hasn't had resistance at the pro level, Porter continues, emphasizing that Morrell's past opponents haven't prepared him for the kind of challenge Benavidez will bring.
Morrell has not had resistance. His fight with Hot Rod, that was a different kind of resistance. That was the resistance of somebody staying away from you, you know what I mean? And him not being able to catch up to him. With Benavidez can bang with him. He's just as fast, he can box with them.
Porter also points out that while Morrell's win over Ravo was impressive, it didn't provide the same kind of pressure Benavidez will bring. Ravo is clearly a bigger puncher than Benavidez for single shots, but he wasn't trying to overwhelm Morrell with volume like the Mexican monster will, Porter explains. This highlights a key difference in fighting styles. Benavidez will bring relentless pressure, whereas Morrell has yet to face someone with that level of aggression.
He's scared. Excuse me.
Despite these insights, Porter remains cautious about predicting a knockout. He acknowledges that Benavidez's previous fights have shown some vulnerability, particularly against the more experienced Alexander Gibb. Benavidez ran out of gas after 8 rounds and got hurt by Gibb in the 12th round, Porter notes, suggesting that Benavidez may not have the stamina to outlast Morrell, who has a more youthful, energetic style. With Benavidez, he can bang with him, he's just as fast, and he can box with Morrell, Porter explains, pointing to the fight's unpredictabilities. What do you think of the fight? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.